chalked up millions of album sales over the years. Now, besides music, T.I. has also racked up notable acting credits, starring in films such as American Gangster, Takers and Ant-Man, just to name a few. Now, the Atlanta rapper sat down with Blain Herman to discuss family, passions and everything in between.
Is you with me?
I got your back,
but let's get it.
But
when it's all good, so when it's all bad,
I promise I will never let you go.
now what you call that?
He's regarded as a hip-hop icon. Born Clifford Joseph Harris Jr., better known as T.I. or Tep, has been rapping since the 3rd grade. Music, though, isn't his only forte.
T.I., welcome to South Africa. Welcome to Morning Live. Matt, you must be one of the busiest men in show business.
Thank you.
Music, movies, fashion, reality shows, now you're touring. Would you say this is one of the best periods of your life?
Sure. I could go so far as to say that. We definitely have evolved into a brand that is maintained its relevance and significance and established itself for over a decade in this business in a multi-tiered, multimedia fashion.
Yeah. With all this going on, how do you stay sane? How do you stay grounded?
I pray.
Yeah.
I pray, and I talk to my mom, and I maintain a solid sense of self. I know who I am. I know who I am, flaws and all. I know me.
And you're going to be your father again, I understand. Expecting a baby girl, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fatherhood is a challenge that like no other, isn't it?
Absolutely. It is a skill that no one will ever perfect until you're a grandfather. By the time you're a grandfather, you have it figured out.
You're all the way here in South Africa during this special time. It must be hard for you touring at this time.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, of course, I'd love to be there every day. Before the birth, after the birth, during the childhood, I love to, but I mean, ultimately the harsh, cold, but true reality is, in order to maintain the lifestyle and provide the quality of the standards that we live in, we have to get out here and we have to make things happen.
Yeah.
And people around me understand that. That's the best part about it.
T.I. has an impressive sales tally, more than 30 million singles and 14 million albums.
You're on your 10th album now, Dime Trap. Tell us a bit about that.
The Dime Trap is a dedication to my Day One fans. It's it pulls from an art form or a genre of music that me and my partners created as a narration to the lifestyle we lived as young kids, young teenagers. And it since has evolved and taken a new shape and grown into its own thing, if you will. And now, on my 10th album, I feel that, this is the best time to dedicate my album to the people who supported me first and give them the music that I know they want to hear from me.
While in the country, T.I. is looking forward to listening to what South African musicians have to offer.
You worked with some of the biggest names in the business, Justin Timberlake, Rihanna. When you're looking at collaborating with artists, what do you look for in that artist?
Individuality. I look for them to be themselves, and not to be heavily influenced by what's going on around them.
Was there a defining moment in your life that made you choose music, that says, I'm going to be a musician?
Ever since I remember, that's what I wanted to do. I started in 3rd grade, and I was just really rapping and performing for my cousins and my uncles and friends and so on and so forth. It was just a thing that I did, and as I got older, I learned of the business of music, how songs are recorded, what a writer's portion is, and how to negotiate record deals and so on and so forth. And once I got into that part, then I developed a strategy.
Let me take you back. The name T.I. Break it down for us. How did that come about?
Man, to be honest with you, my name is Tip. And I was, propositioned or given an ultimatum to change my name before I released my first album. And, well, T.I. was the only thing that I could think of. I've never been called anything but Tip.
Yeah.
So T.I. was kind of like a last resort. A last resort of sorts. No one could think of anything. Nothing seemed to fit.
Yeah.
So, T.I. just seemed to float its way into our existence.
Many agree he has crafted a standard-setting career. Blain Herman, SABC News, Durban.
Well, there you have it. T.I. will be performing later today at the Jack Daniel's Boomtown Johannesburg event.